It's Bobbbaaaay, and we back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Purpose in the Youth podcast. What's your favorite bearded man, the one, the only Bobbbaaaay, out here with my man today on the show, Reef Boii. What's going on?
What up, man? Thanks for having me.
Dude, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Yeah,
you are the first shredding bass player ever to come on the Purpose in the Youth podcast, man.
Hey, fuck yeah, man.
Dude, you kill it. You shred.
Thank you.
Not bad.
I'll be trying,
You've been doing this quite some time, I would imagine.
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Who is Reef today, and how young is he?
I'm 24.
24.
And I am the bassist / producer, I guess kind of artist now. I guess I'm kind of like being thrown that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just a regular old guy from Brooklyn,
New York. A regular old guy. You're young, bro. We're both 24. Don't give me that. I'm an old guy.
24 feels old as fuck in LA.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like I'll be like I'll be at a random like bar or something, especially in like Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I'll meet someone. They'll be like, "Yeah, I'm 16."
I know. Yo, the problem is that I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Is as you get older, people get younger. So you feel we're 24, like we're in our prime right now, but damn, do we feel old?
Old as fuck.
I mean, these 18-year-old, 19-year-olds that are killing it,
slaying the game.
Damn, you're killing them. I'm 24, you're 18, you're already doing this. I wish I was doing that at that age.
That's a fact. Yeah.
But hey, it's part of the game, right?
Yeah. But then there's also people who are our age who aren't like anywhere like near what we're doing.
Yep.
So
and you'll meet a couple people that are 30 and they're just starting to figure some things out. So it's like, you know what? I'm not gonna be mad about where I'm at for being 24.
Different strokes.
You grew up in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what life is like growing up in Brooklyn. A massive city.
Oh man. It was cool. Like it's kind of like a rough city.
Yeah.
But like rough in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. You're part of. You're interconnected with millions of people.
Yeah. I was just thinking about this the other day. Like I feel like New York City is the true, what do they call it, like blending pot or whatever.
Like a mixing pot of cultures.
Yeah. Like truly of like all the cities around the U.S. Because you got like fucking like literally every single culture. Like even around the block, like if you're even like I grew up in East Flatbush.
Okay.
So like even in East Flatbush, you got like fucking like some Chinese people, like some Jewish people.
You got everybody.
It's everybody, but it's still like the hood, So it's like it's a very interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very
like
cool.
your high school and stuff must have been a mix of just different people then.
Oh yeah, it was a cool mix. Like it was pretty like black for the most part.
Okay.
But yeah, we had sprinkles of everybody in there. Yeah. It was like black and then like Hispanic and then maybe like Middle Eastern / Arab like type folks.
Yeah.
And then like the smallest percentile was like white. But
wow.
Yeah.
That's got to be just so different. Yeah. That's different than at least where I kind of grew up.
Yeah.
Talk to me about a struggle that you might have had as a kid. Is there anything major or something that kind of has helped shape you into who you are today?
I'd probably say like maybe not like as a kid, but probably more as a teenager. A kid, I went to private school.
Okay.
For the most part, so like everything that like I was exposed to was very like sheltered almost. Yeah. And then when I got to high school, it was like, yo, we're gonna take you from this like kiddie pool and throw you in the 100 feet pool.
Get out there and swim, baby.
Get out there and swim, essentially. So it was just like a lot of like learning about myself as a person, and like what's a good way to put it? And just like the world, because like what I knew about the world up until high school was very different. So just like a lot of like in a slight sense, like reality, like what do you call it, culture shock. Yeah. So it was interesting. But as far as like a struggle, man, like, just trying to deal with like high school, I guess. Try to deal with high school and then like the drama of like living in the hood. Like there'll be times where you just like there'll be those knuckleheads down the street
causing ruckus.
Yeah, you're like fuck, like how am I gonna handle this? Am I just gonna be like, yo, fuck it, like I'm gonna just walk through them, and like if shit pops off, then like that's what it is. Or like you might have had like a bad day. You're like, yo, I'm really not trying to fuck with this right now. Like might walk circle around the block like an extra time just to see if like they like move or whatever.
It's such a concentrated spot of people.
Yeah.
There's always people. I mean,
always people.
I've only been to Brooklyn once, and that was when I was visiting back in the summer. But we went to Carter Spot.
Okay.
And that was my first time there, and I had no idea what I was walking into. But I mean, it's not Manhattan, but it's still a very high traffic, people walking around.
Yeah. Even where Carter is, it's still like, you know, there's people outside like fucking selling shit.
Yeah.
The fucking train station.
Dude, there's
right
a lot
there.
going on at all times.
Yeah,
At all times.
Mm-hmm.
What stands out the most about your childhood to you? Like when you think back to it, what stands out the most to you?
Stands out the most. Probably just like me, just like living in like New York City, trying to like figure out who I am. Because like I was very into like rock music and metal and stuff.
Okay.
And growing up in like a black neighborhood, like people are like, yo, like what are you listening to? You know,
like questioning, like, why are you listening to this?
Yeah. Like, so it's just like I don't know, I'm weird. I always think about shit like this. So I'm just like, yeah, like it was just interesting to me to see like what my state of mind was like back then. And I feel like I was like did relatively well, you know, like I feel like there was other people who would have been like would have had like a mental breakdown and were like, like I can't handle this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd probably say yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just growing up with all those people around you all the time, I feel like there's never a time for you to just kind of step back and figure out yourself.
Nah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you go to your room, or you can go to places maybe in the park or something to figure yourself out, but there's all this noise going. It's like, dude, how do you figure out yourself?
Even in the park, there's shit going on.
There's always shit going on, right?
There's something going on.
There's always something.
This is just like mad. Yeah, there's always just drama.
Did you have any brothers or sisters?
I have an older sister.
Older sister?
Yeah, shout out to Sophia.
Hey, shout out to Sophia if she sees this or hears this. How much older?
It's like two and like some months.
Okay.
Yeah,
2 something month? Like, so not much.
Not much.
Okay.
Yeah. She was born in December. I was born in January.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like a weird period where like she's like 3 years and then my birthday comes around. It's like I'm like, what's up?
Yeah, what's up? This is my birthday, Sophia. This is my day. This is my day.
I caught up. What up?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a good relationship growing up?
Oh, it was shaky at first. We used to fight a lot.
As every brother and sister relationship goes.
Yeah. But now we're pretty cool. Like, like, you know, hit her up once in a while. Like, you doing all right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like,
Is she still in Brooklyn?
Yeah. She went to school and she went to Mount Holyoke.
Mount Holyoke.
Yeah.
That's Western Mass, baby.
Really?
Let's go. That's in South Hadley. I grew up in Chicopee, the next city south of it. So I'm very, very familiar with Mount Holyoke.
Yeah. She was out there for like 4 years. Yeah,
wow. Yeah. That is so much different than Brooklyn. That is like the opposite of Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Like, that's a different world.
Yeah, she'd always tell me like how she like have to take the bus to go see the movie like way out of town or
way
like,
out.
Or like whatever the case was.
You're going through the woods. You're going through so much. Oh my God, that is just, I can picture knowing Mount Holyoke and where she's coming from.
Yeah.
That's like throwing her out in the middle of nowhere.
Straight up. Yeah, and like whenever we'd go and visit, I'm like,
what are we doing?
I'm like, like this is.
Where are the people? Like, why isn't anybody walking around?
Literally, I'm like, this is weird. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But shouts to Mount Holyoke. Shouts to was it South Hadley?
South Hadley.
Shouts to South Hadley.
Shouts to South Hadley. Shouts to anybody who listens from South Hadley. We putting you on. We putting South Hadley on the map.
Represent. Rep your hood.
Represent. At 10, your mother forced you to play the drums. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And you did not like that.
I fucking hated it.
Why was she forcing you to play the drums?
She was just prepping me for college. You know, well, understandably so, because
like the discipline of like repetition, or
I think she just wanted me to like have like better chances of being like success, you know, because like I don't know, like there's like a certain what's like I don't know, like growing up black is not easy in America, you know, so like there's a very like, especially in Brooklyn, you know, like there's a very
you gotta bring something to the table.
Yeah, you gotta be over prepared almost, you know, to even stand a chance. And like I wasn't doing that well in school. I was doing all right. I wasn't failing any classes, but like it wasn't like I was like my SAT scores weren't that popping.
Yeah,
you know?
mine weren't either, bro. Mine weren't either.
Yeah, so she was like, yeah, like I need you to be well rounded.
Okay.
But at 10 years old, I'm like, yo, fuck that. I'm not trying to hear none of this. Like, I could care less about the drums. And I don't even know what happened. But like one day I was just jamming, and like it just clicked.
So you had the opportunity to play the bass, or was it like, how did that just happen?
So yes, the transition to bass, like I guess I had started enjoying playing drums at some point.
Okay.
Yeah. And then my drum teacher wasn't actually a drum teacher. He was like a guitar player. But he just like had a drum set. I guess he was trying to like, he's trying to like
just hit it up and down, guys. Just go back and forth.
Yeah. So he was like, it was like, yo, you should play bass. I tried it, but I guess like my hands were too small at the time, and I was like, yo, this shit's too hard. Like I can't do it. Like I'll try guitar, and like I played guitar for a little bit, and then someone was like, yo, I need a young bassist. I think I was going to like music camp at the time. And the director was like, yo, like I need a bassist, and I was like, fuck it, like I'll give it a shot, like yeah, like, and it just stuck. Like ever since then, people have just been like, yo, like I need a bassist,
and you're just like, I'm in.
Like, yeah, fuck it, like I'm here, I play bass, I guess, and then yeah.
Wow, yeah. Just like that.
So
going through high school, you kept with it.
Yeah. I was I tried to do like all three. Yeah, like guitar, bass, and drums.
Okay.
I try to like keep, but yeah, bass was always the one that was just like,
I'm in. This is my thing.
I think I think it was just like, I guess the opportunities were just like much more available for bass. Yeah.
So you just kept going with it.
Yeah.
Like if the guitar had more opportunities, you might have said, all right, I'm gonna go with the guitar.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Like if someone had been the reverse and was like, yo, like I need a guitarist, I can only imagine I'd be like, yeah, like
wow. You might have been somewhere. You'd be a different place right now.
Yeah. It could be a fucking like the possibilities are endless.
But the music still was something that you were passionate about.
Oh yeah. The music was at that point in time like. Yeah, I was just like in love with learning. I think that was like the first topic.
Learning in general or music specifically?
Like learning music and just like always challenging myself to like learn something harder and like just find out like what's next. Because I guess like I was playing Guitar Hero at the time. I
love it.
Low key, like without Guitar Hero, I don't know if
you would be here.
Like low key, like. So like that brought me onto like mad different styles of music because they got everything. Yeah, so I was like, yo, this
80s, 90s, 70s. They give you a mix of everything.
Classic rock to super crazy, man. I'm like, yo, this is sick. Like I don't know, I was just fucking with like all of it, and I was just like, I need to like just check out like what else is out there like musically like that's like along these lines. So yeah, I guess like bass, like I eventually bought like a 5-string bass. Oh, my mom bought me a 5-string bass.
Shout out to the mom.
Shout out to the mom.
Shout out to the mom.
Love you. But yeah, she was like, yeah, like whatever you want, like I got you. So she got me a 5-string bass, and then like more possibilities for like learning.
Yeah.
Like came with that.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
I mean, she must have been stoked to see that you were actually interested in learning more.
I don't know if she was stoked, but
because the prices was probably those bases weren't cheap.
Yeah, music college is fucking expensive, Yeah, so yeah. But she was supportive, which is the most important thing. Yeah. But yeah, I was just so stoked, and I was like, yeah, I need to learn all these things.
I got to do it.
Just like and I was like kind of like a quick learner, which I guess like helped keep me engaged and interested, So I learned something, and then like a couple hours, I'm like, oh, like I got it. Like what's next? I'm
just gonna keep building and building on this.
So I guess that's where like the
interest of it kind of came to.
Yeah.
So you end up finding your way into Boston.
Yeah.
Good old Boston, Mass.
The Bean.
The Bean. You went to Berklee College of Music.
Went to Berklee.
How pumped were you when you got that acceptance letter?
Oh man, I think that's the only acceptance letter I got, like, which was sick.
That's amazing.
And now, got a fucking. I might have gotten more, but that was the only one that I paid attention to. I was like, yeah.
That was that the number one?
That was the number one, yeah. Because like I didn't know what I wanted to do beforehand. Like while I was applying to all these colleges, I'm like, yeah, like I don't know, like And then I was in like an after school program, and someone there was like listen, like don't believe the hype, you know, like if there was something that you could do like for the rest of your life without getting paid, or like if money wasn't an issue.
Who was this that said that? This was the after school person?
Yeah. What was her name? I forget her name, but her name on Facebook, her real name, I forget her real name, but her name on Facebook is Celeste.
Don't go looking for it. Don't go looking for it.
But okay. Shout out to her. She was like, like if there's anything that she could do without getting paid, if money wasn't an issue, like what would you do? And I was like that's easy, like music. It's like you should look into that.
Wow.
So I like looked into it, and then my instructor, because I would still see him from time to time, and he'd be like, yo man, like you're gonna do something great with the music if you like stick with it. And he was like when I told him I was applying to Berkeley, he was super fucking stoked. Yeah. I feel like he was part of the reason why, like, because he would tell my mom like, yo, he's got something like special, et cetera, et cetera. So I feel like that helped. So
just a little bit of like push in the right direction. Keep pushing, keep trying. That's all you needed.
Yeah. So I just kind of had I was super fortunate. Just kind of had like a couple people in my corner just being like you got it, like if you try it, you know. So I was like, fuck it, like I'll give it a shot. I'll try it out. I got accepted with a scholarship. So
wow.
I was like, yeah.
You were like, let's go.
I was like, yeah, because like, you know, like my mom, like, or my parents, they're like, you know, like saying you want to be a fucking musician, a professional musician. It's like, yo, like,
yeah. Let's get to reality. What are you gonna actually do? Do you want to work for the finance world? Do you want to be a doctor? What are you actually gonna do? Not this fun stuff.
And I'd been telling them previously, like, I'm trying to do pharmacy. So from pharmacy to musician is like, whoa,
that's a big change.
Yeah. And I don't blame them, because like my kids, if they tell me they want to be a musician, I
think anybody's kids, if they say I want to be a musician, they're like, all right, let's be realistic.
You're out of your fucking mind. Like, don't be a musician. Don't follow my footsteps. Like, this is like, it's worth it if it works. Yeah. But it's so much stress, and like, anyway, that's besides the point. But fuck. What was the question?
Do you think it's just pure luck that you were kind of following these footsteps, or was it because you were putting in the work? I mean, were you somebody that was just sitting in the studio or in your bedroom for hours and hours playing, or has it just been something that you feel like was just kind of given to you, and you had to put some effort to it, but not?
Yeah, I feel like it was like 70% like luck, and then maybe like 30% like, you know, just like shedding. Yeah, because like I was just doing
just shredding. Is that what you said?
Shedding.
Oh, shedding.
Yeah, but shredding also. You know. Yeah, I feel like it was good. It was a good thing that I was like so diligent with the practicing. Yeah, but I don't know. To me, I feel like, you know, there's so many people doing it, and then for me to get to like where I was, even be fortunate enough to think about applying to college, you know, or applying to Berkeley and getting into scholarship, I was like, man, like, I don't know, it's like the stuff of dreams. Yeah, you know, like, so I would say it's like luck. You know, it's also skill. Yeah. But you know, if you have the skill, then it's only a matter of just like the luck and like the right timing.
The timing. Yeah. I was just gonna say the timing has definitely got to play a major role.
Yeah. So I think like around then, like the timing was perfect. Like, you know, thankfully I found out about it right before the like application like process, and so it just kind of like worked out like all in itself. Wow. Yeah.
And the timing too is that your third year. Yeah. At Berkeley, you get a gig with Air. Yeah. Who?
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah. I did my research, bro. Listen, this ain't my first rodeo, bro. I've done 77 of these, all right? To me, this is like painting the Picasso, all right? Okay. I know what I'm doing, all right?
Fuck that, man. I'm like, oh my god, that's really good.
All right, so we've had Carter on the podcast. He was episode 58. We've had Mike Trueblood. Yes. He was episode 70. Both part of the Air movement.
Yes, yes.
So you get on the Word of Mouth tour, 6 weeks. How did that kind of come together? Because obviously those guys are Boston located, so that right place, right time.
Dude, that's another thing of like luck, you know. Because I was working at the the Career Development Center at my school at Berkeley. And part of our job there was we'd have like gig boards or like job boards where random people would be like, I'm looking for X musician, like this is how much it pays, or if it doesn't pay, like it's an internship, like whatever, like any job. And this morning I get into work, it's probably like 9 or something, no, close to 10. And I like get everything I need to get done.
You still remember the time. I love it.
Oh, man,
You'll never forget this moment.
Yeah, because like it was so dope for me. You know, I'm like it's definitely like the reason why I'm here. So you know, I'm always like
that was the moment.
That was like the moment.
Yeah,
it's like kind of like the beginning to like where everything like has led up to this. And I was working and I opened up the job boards. I start approving jobs. And I see one like need a bassist and a drummer for a tour. It's probably like in December or November, like late November, early December.
Yeah,
I see it and I'm like, wow, like tour. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, like I'm a bassist, like I'm in
once
there.
Again, somebody needs a bassist.
Yeah, so before I even like approved the job, like my supervisor, his name is Eric Pervert, shouts to him. He was like, I was like, what do you think about this? He's like, you should do it. Like, fuck it, like why not? You know, like it's in front of you, like they need a bassist, like apply. So I sent him like some videos, and I had always been like stacking up videos on YouTube for like it was something I did for fun. But
yeah, it's a good way to put out your name, get some content out there,
and like
show your skills.
People always want to see like what you can do before you know they even bring your name to the table. You know, at least when you're starting out. Yeah. So I sent them a couple of videos, and they're like, "Yo, like we fuck with you. Like let's meet up." So we met up. We just kind of like chopped it up, jammed a little bit.
This is with both Carter and David at the time?
Yeah, both Carter and David. And then the drummer Taylor also showed up because I guess they had found him. So they pulled up to my crib in Austin, actually.
Let's go. Good old Austin, baby.
Straight up, yeah. So we go to the basement, start jamming, and they're like, yeah, like we fuck with you. Like how'd you feel about doing it? And I was like, yeah, I got to talk with my mom first, but
but give me 24 hours. Actually, I'll get back to you like in a couple hours.
I'm like, yeah, give me like an hour, like, but yeah, I'm down.
Wow.
Yeah. So I called my mom up. I was like, yo, like I think I'm gonna go on tour, like 6 weeks, and she was like wow, but like what about your school? And I was like,
we're gonna have to put this on pause.
Yeah. But she was upset at first, but thankfully she came around and was like understanding. She was like,
this is an opportunity you need to do.
Yeah, I was trying to explain it to her. I'm like, yo, this is like, oddly enough, I had told her before I even went, like when I got accepted, I was like, Mom, like, it's definitely a reality that it's possible that I might get like drafted, and like I might not finish school. Like, like
yeah, okay, we'll see.
We'll
see you at graduation. We'll see you at graduation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, oddly enough, you know, it happened. So I was just something I always think about, also in my mind. But yeah, thankfully she came around. She's like, I feel you. Just go back to school like when it's all done.
Did you ever go back?
I did.
Okay,
actually. Yeah,
so you did finish.
Yeah. But yeah, I was still touring while still in school, because I was like, because the conversation we had was so like intense. Yeah, I was like, I can't have this every time. Yeah. So thankfully the tours weren't as long. Yeah. So yeah,
you were able to kind of skip out, and I mean the school has to cater to the fact that this is what we want our students to do when they graduate.
Yeah. I mean, some teachers, they're like, yeah, like listen, like we'll give you the work, but like, you know, if you miss out on the test, you know, like that's on you, you know, like, and I was like, yeah, like I respect it, you know, I feel you. But then there are also some teachers like, yeah, man, like go do your thing, like, yeah, we'll be here when you get back.
And that was that was a huge time to get on tour with them, because you guys ended up playing House of Blues Boston, which is right below the biggest. TD Garden would be the next big venue above House of Blues. You're talking, I think, 2,200 people. You had El Rey Theater out here in LA. Yeah, this is your first tour
ever, man. Like,
this is like the golden ticket,
literally. Yeah, man. So I'm always fucking hella thankful for them. Like they're still the bros, obviously, you know. So I probably don't tell them this enough, but I'm always like,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm sure they know.
yeah.
They know. Sometimes I feel like we don't say, like to the loved ones that we love them as much as they do because we just think they understand, but they definitely do,
Yeah, and that show is something special too. Like fucking sold out. Like fucking, it was like they're emotional because that's like,
their hometown.
That's their hometown, and then I was emotional because I'm like, yo, this is fucking like. I'm like, this is the beginning, like this is what
you want to do.
This is what I want to do. This is what literally like what people in the school aspire to do.
Yeah.
Like people would kill to be like legitimately kill to be in like the position that I was in.
Yeah.
So I was just like, man, this is fucking crazy.
You were what, 20 at the time?
I just turned 20.
Jeez,
Yeah.
Wow.
So fucking yeah. And like thankfully like thanks to them, like I kind of like bypassed the like like the beginning stages of touring, so like like the van and like all that shit. Like
you guys were probably on a bus at that point, or like
the bandwagons, right below the bus, yeah.
But still, you weren't in the van days, or I remember even Mike talked about when they first started. He was driving around his parents' Trailblazer or something like that. You know what I mean? Like those are the grimy days. You're hopping in, it's like you got a bed.
Yeah, so that's where like the luck thing comes in also. Where it's like I could have been afforded the same opportunity or a similar opportunity, and then like it could have been like something different,
Yeah.
And I was like, they were already like close, and then our personalities worked so well, especially on the stage. So like it just kind of helped us bond like crazy. Like I feel like we had like a fucking unbreakable bond. Like,
oh man.
Like on like those were still like my golden days of like fucking like performing.
Yeah.
Like it was just so epic for all of us in like every single way. It was just dope.
It's an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
And how else did that? I mean, you talk about that being like really the moment that kind of set you to where you are today. Mm-hmm. What kind of happened after that? Did you finish the tour, go back to school, and then like you said, you were kind of maintaining the relationships? But
yeah, so yeah, the tour finished up in like late February, I think. Or was it March?
I think it was March. It was January. I think the dates were January to March. I looked at it real quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, the House of Blues like the 31st or some shit like that.
Yep, you got it right on money. First show of the tour.
Yeah, and then like it ended in like mid-March or something.
Yep.
So yeah, I was just back in Boston, just kind of chilling, making more videos. But I had used like the money that I made on tour to like set up a website, like get stickers, business cards. So I was
smart
just
man, reinvested yourself.
Yeah, I was just
reinvested.
Like I was like part of the agreement that I made with my mom was like, cause she was paying for the rent. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'll pay for the rent like while I'm on tour. It's just so like you're not stressed out by anything. Like, like I'll take on all the financial like at least while I can.
Yeah.
So she's like, all right, all
right, you making money now. This is a little bit different story. Put more money in my
she's
pocket.
Like, she's like, that's fine. I'm like, all right, like thanks, And then so I was just like, yeah, let me get this website popping. Let me get like business cards, stickers. I feel like it had something else also, but I got like a photo shoot done, or, like all this stuff, But yeah, that's kind of like what the next steps for me were. Just like, all right, I got the tour now. Let me take that and take the momentum with it, and just fucking like start flying
and keep going with
it. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of like what was next. I was chilling in Boston. I guess for the rest of like my time there, I went to like the next semester that I could do was the summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, to fill up for the spring that you kind of missed out on.
Mm-hmm. But the summer was like a couple of weeks. It wasn't like a full semester.
Yep.
So I did that, and then I did like some community college classes, and thankfully the semester ended right before we went to Europe. So yeah, that whole year was fucking crazy as far as touring, because it was like we did that, and then Europe in the summer, and then we came back, and like 3 days later, the Dirty Heads / Pepper tour like went off.
Wow.
So yeah, and then I went back to school like for like a full semester in the fall.
So you were just literally moving.
Yeah, that's some of the busiest that I've been, I think. Like just fucking shows, come back, fucking focus on homework. You know,
Yeah,
like,
you never know when that opportunity is gonna come, right? Like
That's
I
a
think
fact.
that's one thing that I try to remind myself that all it takes it's just one opportunity.
Yeah,
You don't know the
yeah.
day it's gonna come. I mean, look at you. You're just posting. Say you didn't work that day. You called out. You know, the
would've
right
been
place
all-
at the
yeah,
right time, and you
literally,
had
yeah.
seen that thing.
Like timing is fucking. It's just like timing, like luck, like. Cause I could have also put up like different videos online, and they could have been like
They just might not liked it at
yeah,
all.
you know, and like I'm sure that's happened like at some point.
Yeah.
But, you know, but for this specific situation, it was just kind of like everything just like set itself up perfectly.
Yeah.
Like yeah. So if there's one thing, always put up videos.
Always put up content. You
Have
never know
that
which
content
one.
ready, like
100%.
Yeah.
100%. When you finished school, did you stay in Boston or did you go back to Brooklyn?
Nah, when I finished, I went back to Brooklyn.
Back to Brooklyn?
Yeah. But thankfully, we had like a tour set up. It was the last tour we did in 2016. Yeah. So I'd moved back home, and then like a week or two later, that tour started. Yeah. So yeah, we were just cruising. Like that was another 6-week like run, and that's actually where I met Cody. Yeah. So it was these guys from where are they from? The Netherlands. Chef Special. They're opening up that tour. Then it was Cody, and then it was us.
So that's how you met Cody, was on tour with.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But like oddly enough, I didn't really like chat with him really.
We just kind of shook hands and just kind of kept it moving.
Oh yeah, it was like so the guys had like given us like a little speech before the tour started. They're like, I truthfully I had known nothing about Cody. Like I'd never heard about him, but like they were super stoked on it. They're like, yo, like he's a celeb,
huge guy.
Yeah. So they were rightfully so. They were fucking stoked on it, and they're like, yeah, like just like chill out, you know, like. You guys can like say what's up, but like let us do.
Who's saying this? Like that? Like his team?
No, Air. Yeah. So like you know like you guys can like say what's up, but like don't like let it.
Don't fanboy over him.
Yeah. But like I didn't know him anyway, so
Which
like,
is the best case scenario, because then you're just like, oh, what's up?
Yeah. Like,
treating him like a regular human being.
You're just like he's like just a regular dude that plays guitar. So I'm like that's good, you know. Yeah. So yeah.
And how did you guys? So that's when you guys first met. How did that relationship kind of start to really become serious? Did you move out here, or was it already happening before?
No, it was before I moved.
Okay.
So you know we had said like what's up was good a couple times, and then they dropped off the tour for whatever reason, and then Adrian, the drummer, who was playing with him at the time. He still plays with us. He's in a band with us. He was in New York for whatever reason. I don't even know why he was in New York, but he was in New York, and he's like, "Yo, like, you want to grab some like dinner or something?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm down." Like, yeah. And he was like, "Yo, bro, like, we've been watching you like jam on the tour, and we were thinking like it'd be sick if you like moved out to LA and joined this band with us." I was like, whoa, you know, like fuck yeah, like I'm down, like, because I was already planning on moving out to LA anyway, just to like I don't know,
change up the scene,
yeah,
a little bit warmer weather,
yeah, and like I don't know, like New York is cool, but I don't know, I've been there mad long.
That's where you grew up.
Yeah,
you want to change it up.
Yeah, I'm not too fond of the music scene out there, at least for like what I was trying to do. I was like, nah. So I was like, LA is probably like the better thing. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, like I'll move out to LA.
And this was fall of 2016?
It was like November 2016.
Wow.
Yeah. And then they're like, yeah, like we got a show in December.
Oh, so it happened that quick. You literally moved here and you guys were already in motion.
Yeah. But yeah, they flew me out for the December show, so I was here for a week. And then I went back home, and then like I packed up all my stuff and then flew out here in like January. Yeah.
I was scrolling through some of the old pictures on your Instagram, and there was a picture of you in the background, and it was Cody and then Justin Bieber had pulled up to some Venice show.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
that was fucking crazy.
This is pretty dope.
That was fucking crazy.
Because they had a song together. I don't remember what it's called, but
Home to Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's huge, right? Like you're working with Cody Simpson, who I guess you could call him a superstar.
Yeah.
What do you think's been one of the biggest lessons you've learned since working with him? Because he's super talented.
Biggest lessons?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have like a biggest lesson that I've learned. Maybe just like stay patient. You know, like good things come to those who wait. But yeah, I feel like a lot of the stuff I learned was like going through it with like the air guys as opposed to like, you know, just because like they're like big, but they're still like climbing up the ranks. So like, that's where you see like
you see it all.
That's where you see like the grittiness, you know, where it's like, I mean, they're still gritty like with Cody and stuff, but like theirs was like it's like an unexplainable like thing, like you know, they're just like
there's something about that journey of trying to get there to that point where everything runs so smoothly that you're in that beginning stages of like falling on your face.
Yeah, and like not that like Cody's like super perfect or like, you know, like he's got everything set up. Like we're still grinding and like we're still working super hard, you know. But you know, being as like they're like my first like touring group, that's where you're like, like all right, so this is how that works. Yeah, and then I'm like learning, man. I'm not even gonna lie, dude. Like that first tour we did, it was great, but I was going through like some serious like I almost felt like I didn't know who I was. Like,
why?
I don't know, cause like I don't know, people people were like just throwing like all these ideas of what tours should be, just like in my head, and they're like, man, when you go on tour, you gotta be fucking doing mad drugs, you gotta be fucking mad bitches, you know, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, etc., etc. So I'm like.
You're expecting so much to happen.
Yeah, and I'm just like, people are just like telling me like literally every day up until the tour, like, man, like I'm so sick, like you're gonna do this and 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 this. I'm just listening to this all day, and then like when you go on the tour, it's literally like
it's a grind.
It's a grind, and it's not what people think it is. At least not all the way like to a T, you know. Yeah. So I was just like, man, like. I felt like I was going through like an identity crisis. Like it was just like, I remember like there'd be like a couple times where I'd be like chatting like with some chick or whatever, and I'm thinking like it's going well. Yeah. And then she's like, be like, where's Carter and Dave? And it's just like happened like several times. I'm just like, damn, like, you know, like I don't know, for like now it's like now I'm like, all right. I can tell when someone's like genuinely interested in me, or they're just like, yo, like, where's Carter? Where's Dave? Where's
they
Cody?
wanted the big dogs.
You know? Yeah. But like at the time, I was just like, yo, man, like, I just like it was just a crazy thing to like come to the realization that like not everyone like wants you. Yeah. You know, some people will literally use you
to get to
someone else. So like just like that concept. I had never really been like in front of. Yeah. So like that shit just threw me for the biggest loop. I was like,
I mean, that's a big lesson right there is like reading people, right? Like that. Yeah. They're talking to you, they're giving you value, but then as soon as they go in for that ask and they're like, where's Carter and Dave? Yeah. That's like anything else. Somebody's talking to you, you're great. Can you get me in touch with Cody Simpson? It's like, dude, let's calm it down a little bit. Like,
and I'm like, I don't know, I'm a pretty chill person, but I'm like, yo, man, like, almost like a what about me? Not in like a jealous state, but like, like don't waste my fucking time. Yeah, 100%. Like if you had just come like straight up to me, like straight up, like I'm trying to see like Carter, like, you know, like it would work out better for you.
Just get right to the point. Yeah, cut the BS. Yeah,
as opposed
let's get
to
right
fucking,
to
like,
it.
Getting into my head and like, not that like those like whoever was doing that was manipulative or whatever, but like
it messes with your confidence a little bit, your self-esteem.
Yeah, and it's just like trippy to just go through, especially for like your first tour, and you know it's like it's a consistent thing. So like before I got used to it, I'm like, all right, like
you know what, you know how this goes.
Yeah. Like nowadays, like I'm chilling. Like, I could usually tell, you know, like I don't really put too much faith in, because like the girls that like would like that want you know, like, they'll make it known. You know? So like
they'll make it very known.
Yeah. So I'm not stressing about that shit anymore.
Yeah, you gotta stay focused on the bigger picture. What you need to do. That's why I always say you stay focused on the bigger picture, and then everything else kind of just funnels its ways in.
Yeah. That, and I was 20 also, like for like most of the touring. So I was just like being underage while everyone had a fake or was 21 plus.
Oh man,
and like being
it's a tricky age right there.
It is super tricky.
Yeah,
and just like all of that like mixed in with like it was just super trippy. So that's probably like where I learned the most about myself, and like all the lessons was like, that's why I say it was like with Air as opposed to like with Cody, because like with Cody it's like, you know, he's a chill guy and like I know what to expect, you know. So I'm not out here like overthinking or like whatever the case is. Like even if I play with someone else that's new, it's like,
you know how this goes.
I know how this goes.
Yeah.
You know, so it's
Air is where you learned everything.
Air is where I learned a lot of the shocking stuff.
Yeah. And that whole touring too, it's like there's so much downtime that you have to figure out what do we do to make use of the time. I think can be killing if you don't, because otherwise you're just sitting around and people think you're just sitting there drinking and partying all day. It's like, nah, we have to find ways to kind of make use of our time.
What's interesting about like playing with like Cody and stuff, or just like being around him, is like getting a glimpse of like what the celebrity like not lifestyle, but like what being around a celebrity like does. So maybe that's like one of the, like the newer things that like I've learned about the industry.
Give me an example. Like what stands out the most?
Probably like, I don't know, like paparazzi, you know, like.
Damn, that's crazy. Never like thinking about that. Like you step outside the car and somebody's like trying to get a photo of you.
Yeah. I mean, like that's only happened like a handful of times, you know, but like it's still like, that's like a trippy thing to fucking just be like, there's someone that's like out to like shoot, you know, literally
get
shoot,
a photo,
like,
so they can sell it.
Yeah, or not with me, but you know, of Cody, you know, but just like seeing like, because I remember like. When I was here for that week, I was staying with my homie Adam in Hollywood, and we were joking around. I was like, we were laughing. I was like, dude, imagine if like I was in some paparazzi flick, and he's laughing his ass off, like, haha, like that'd be crazy. So I go in the shower, and he comes out, he Googles it. He's like, I'm just curious. Like he Googles it. Starts bursting out laughing. He's like, dude.
You found something?
I'm like, what's good? He's like, yo, check this photo out.
There you are.
Behold, it's like me, Cody, Adrian, and what's someone else? I forget if there was someone else, but it's like all three of us just like,
you guys
walking.
had no idea?
I had no idea.
Oh,
I'm like,
man.
yo, what?
Somebody like sitting outside of a car like an FBI agent from
like,
out of a movie.
And then like the next time I'd seen Cody, we're like walking out somewhere, and someone literally pulled up with their car, just fucking and drove off, and I was like, that's fucking insane. Like people do this for a living, you know, like shouts to them. Like,
shout outs to them. They gotta eat too, but being him, you know, that's gotta be tough, man. You just want to go to the grocery store and you got somebody that's trying to snap a pic or something.
Yeah, so I'm like I feel like that's, as a concept to like someone who's never seen that, I'm like, yo, this is insane, dude. Like this is what you deal with.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, all right.
I don't know. That's different.
Yeah.
You were on a Netflix movie recently?
Yeah.
What movie was that?
The Adam Sandler movie. I think it's called Sandy.
Damn.
I think.
How did you land yourself in that?
Random as
right
fuck.
place, right time.
Yeah, fucking my homegirl Rebecca. Shout out to her.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody.
This is the shout out episode. You know,
the shout out podcast.
Yeah. Fucking. She was like, yo, like I need a bassist. Like you fit the fucking description. Like it's for this this taping. I forget if she said it was a movie or something, but she's like, I need you fit the description. Are you available? I'm like, yeah, I'm available. Like,
just tell me when and where.
Yeah. I forget at what point I found out it was an Adam Sandler movie, but we pull up to the thing, and I don't know what I was expecting, like honestly, but it was crazy. Babyface was there, Mace was there, Jennifer Hudson was there, fucking Adam Sandler was there. Who else was there?
This ain't just a homeboys YouTube video shoot.
Like,
this is the real deal.
The real deal. Like they had
makeup artists.
They had fucking hair people. They had fucking wardrobe. It was a full on we recorded that in the Capitol Studios building or Capitol Records building. Yeah, so fucking we pull up to the lot. They're like, yeah, like Like you here on time, like go get dressed, like had like a little trailer, like it's fucking
Wow, that's the real deal.
like,
That's the real deal.
legit as fuck.
Yeah.
Like yeah. Fucking and
Wow.
learn this song. You're not gonna be playing it, but just like learn it
Just so you can make it look
like
the
you're
real
playing
deal.
it. Yeah. And it was fucking blast.
Dude, that's pretty dope.
It was sick. Like,
Once again, just being a bass player.
yo,
Yo, send in Reef. We need it. We need him in here.
being a bass player is like randomly lit because
Yeah.
like if we're being honest, no one gives a fuck about a bassist.
Yep.
But
There's a need.
there's a need and
Yep.
it's been lit so far.
Yeah.
You know, so play bass, folks.
Yeah. Stop. Everybody wants to be the lead guy. It's like, yo, be the bass
yeah.
player. Like, you guys need to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
If Cody called you today
Uh-huh.
and said, hey, you got to cut the dreads or you're out of the trio, would you do it?
I might, only because I've been growing tired of them.
Really?
Low key, yeah.
They look dope. I saw a video of you. You're like headbanging.
Yeah,
and they were going
yeah.
everywhere. I was like, this looks epic, but I would imagine they got to be a pain to maintain.
No, yeah, they are. I've gotten worse and worse with maintaining them. But he would never say that because he's in love with the.
You know what? I wanted to ask a question about the hair, and I was like, I got to think of some clever way to do it. So I was I'll put this together.
No, I think about cutting them all the time, dude. Like, I'm sure one of these days I'll probably.
You're just gonna wake up one morning and go, you know what? Out.
Yeah, it's at least when I want to like start over or something. Like it's just like it's just a pain in the fucking ass to maintain. And if I get them done, it's like a 3-hour plus process.
Yeah, that would be to me like time to send it.
Yeah, but on the flip side, it's gotten me to where I am now.
Gives you that distinct look. And have you had it since you started? The dread? Oh man, that's like a luck charm, man. you can maybe cut one or two and see if things go in the right direction. But
I might give it like a trim or something. I don't think I'll cut it all the way, but I might hit a trim soon just to like
wake up fresh. You don't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah. But yeah, I like it and I dislike it at the same time.
Yeah,
but,
I feel you.
Yeah.
If you had to cross off one item on the bucket list today, what would it be?
Like it's already been done, or
no, something that you could cross off on your. You have a bucket list in your mind right now of things that you want to do. If you had to cross off an item today, what would you want to do?
Man, probably realistically, I feel like what's next is just like hitting the Billboard charts, which I feel like is extremely possible.
Very possible.
And then hitting the Grammys and winning.
Yeah.
A Grammy. So I feel like that's like the next steps.
You think it's possible with the trio?
I think so, man. Like, I don't know how long it'll be, but I don't know. I feel like everything seems to be going. Like, I feel very confident, and if not us, I'm definitely overconfident in all of our like abilities, especially as like songwriters and musicians.
Yeah.
But our fucking team that's behind us is fucking like. Shouts to Matt and CrowdSurf, like
they know what they're doing.
They know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
Like and they're fucking like heavy hitters, you know, like fucking.
If they're gonna hit the engine, they're gonna hit
like,
hard.
Yeah, and fucking they're like it's Maverick, the management company, and they do like Britney Spears and shit, like so Miley Cyrus and Nicki. Like,
you got real deal management behind you guys backing you.
So I definitely don't doubt. If anything, it'll come down to the music, you know, like if like the music speaks to the people, like and they want it there, then like it'll go there. But I definitely think it's possible as fuck. Yeah. So I mean,
Grammys, hit the billboards.
Yeah.
Slap it in and keep it moving.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So
who inspires you the most today?
Inspires me the most?
Yeah.
Man. Probably like everyone that I've played with so far, like Cody and Adrian, probably the most right now, just because like they're fucking like great singers and songwriters and musicians, and it's good having that dynamic in the band because like I get to, it's something I can like keep up to, you know, and like I can always work on. I'm inspired to like better myself in order to like catch up with these guys in a certain like matter of respect, you know, like even though they're the homies. But you know, like I gotta.
You got to keep that competition.
Yeah.
They're bringing to the table. You need to bring the heat too.
I wanna be able to carry my own weight, and as far as like helping, you know, the system. So I probably say like those guys, and then like Carter and Dave. They're out here making some fucking great music on their own. And as a producer, I look up to that. I'm like, you know, at least as a new producer, I'm like, you know, it's good to see that they're like out here grinding. That helps me want to grind some more. And like all the homies that are just like doing music and stuff, you know, I take most of the inspiration I get. It's probably just from like people that I know.
I mean, you've connected yourself with very talented people that even just a handful of them are going to inspire you to keep pushing forward. And you're seeing them, you know, even with Carter going down his own path recently with, you know, all these singles, or the singles that he's kind of putting out now. It's like, if he can do that shit, so can you. Or whatever you want to do. That'll keep you pushing forward, I guess.
100%. Yeah. We're all gonna be all right. But yeah, as far as the inspiration, I'd probably say it's
everybody that's already in that circle.
It's everybody, man. Like if you're making something that's dope, I'll be like, fuck. Like I want to make something. I gotta make something
better than that. I'm coming with heat.
Yo, PSA. Carter, love you. David, love you guys. Mike, everybody, love you guys. I'm coming for your next. I'm making.
You said it here first, folks. I'm coming
bangers.
For your next.
I'm making bangers. I'm making hits. I believe.
Yep. He's coming. Don't be surprised when Reef comes in with the hot bass line and y'all sleeping on my man.
Yo. Get these motherfucking bass lines right now. They're fucking hot and they're ready to go.
Straight out of the oven, baby. Straight out the oven.
Shouts to them.
Shout out to the homies. I absolutely love it. I want you to think about if you were going to teach the world a 45-minute lesson. They're all going to tune in. They're going to pull out their laptops, pull out their cell phones. They're going to sit down, and Reef is going to teach us a 45-minute lesson about anything that he's learned in his life thus far. What's the lesson that you'd want to teach them?
Man, 45 minutes. That's
tight.
That's not even enough.
You got one lesson.
One lesson?
One lesson to teach.
Man, it might be on business and how it relates to like your personality or like something like along those lines, you know? Because like I feel like I don't know, there are all sorts of personalities that like fit every spectrum, you know. But like I feel like if you're not out here making wild ass decisions and like you know you can like talk crazy to like a certain extent, but like I feel like it's something about like that balance, you know, of like being patient, working hard, and like doing whatever, and just like keeping the craft going, you know, in yourself, but also being like a decent human being. Like I feel like the possibilities are endless. But like I feel like there are many people who are like I feel like I need to do this and not be myself, especially out here in LA. At least to me, like there's a lot of fake weirdos. Like out here, like this person will be nameless, but like I played with them like once, and they're chilling the rehearsals, and then like when the show came, there's like this crazy outfit, and I'm like,
not being you.
Like I don't know. To me, that's not you. Like you're just doing it because like that's like the fit you feel like.
You need the clout.
Yeah. I mean, maybe not even clout, but just like that's what they feel like people in LA are looking for. Whereas I feel like just being like genuine to yourself is what will take you further, and it's what will have you like last longer than a lot of other people. It's just like being like a genuine artist. So maybe in like being genuine in like the business
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be it.
Yeah, it's that long term versus short term, right? Like that short term of I'm gonna try to be somebody else because people are gonna like me because I'm wearing this clothes or I'm carrying myself this way. But in the long term, when people aren't looking for that type of person anymore, or they read through you and realize in rehearsals you're this person, but when it comes to showtime you're this other person.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really want to work with somebody that aligns themselves like that.
Yeah, and I mean, like people are always like trying to like maneuver through it, you know, and like there's different strokes for like different shit works for different people. But I don't know. I just feel like we'd all get along better. We as in like everyone that's in LA trying
100%.
to hustle, you know, if we're just like genuine and fucking like ready to work how you are genuinely, like I feel like shit just like works out like that much better.
Yeah.
But maybe I'd put it in a lesson because I feel like, I don't know, maybe people need to hear that more often.
Yeah, I agree. And you're coming from the East Coast.
Yeah.
I mean, where I grew up in Massachusetts is different than Brooklyn, but still, there's something about growing up on the East Coast and that hustle, that grind, that realness that is not as common, I feel like, out here in LA.
Definitely not. I mean, like, maybe it's more common with the people that live here. But yeah, I just feel like there's like a certain like genuine like feeling like growing up on the East Coast, whereas like people are like out here are more, or at least they move here, or they may have grown up here. But anyway, like they're in LA and they're like, I need to do what's next. I need to, you know, it's supposed to just like genuinely just like making something that's like true to you. Yeah, you know, but.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah, art is subjective.
Be genuine. Yeah, be genuine, folks. Be genuine.
Please.
Reef out here dropping it for you.
Please.
What was I gonna say? Is there anything in your day-to-day routines that is a must?
As a must?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I gotta stop drinking.
Stop drinking. So that's something you want to cut out.
I wanna. Okay. Yeah. I don't think it'll ever happen, but
I mean, you just spoken on here. Now it's gonna be out to the worworld. You gotta hold yourself accountable, right?
Fuck,
people are gonna start tweeting at you, dropping IG comments. Toss it, bro.
Yeah. I do drunk tweets a lot. So I'll be drunk.
I got you.
Like, later with the hottest take.
Yeah, everybody always is like, oh, I'm gonna tweet this out real quick. Feels so good, and the next morning, delete.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What about positively? Is there anything daily that you do that is a must?
I just try to take like time to myself. Like I don't know, like people care about you, but then people don't care about you. You know, so I just feel like I'll work and stuff, but I'll try not to overstress myself, like and overwork myself, like doing something. Yeah, I feel like the best comes in return when you're taking care of yourself. You know. Yeah. And like whatever way you decide like that you're doing it. Like for me taking care of myself is. Like if something like is too crazy, I'm like I'm just gonna remove myself from the situation. I've been doing that a lot more. Like,
just take a step back.
Just take a step back. I'm like I truly don't need to do this right now, and that's okay. So it's probably just like being okay with taking a step back and not being present all the time, and not letting that stress get to you. It's something that I've been doing a lot more these days. Yeah, just. Take a step back.
Take a step back. Breathe. Everything's gonna be all right. Yeah. We're gonna get back to that tomorrow. Everything's gonna be just
exactly. Good. Yeah. And then you hit it hard, like whenever you feel like you're ready to get back at it, and then
it just keeps going.
There you go.
What do you think Reef's purpose is?
To be great, to inspire, like to show people that if I can do it, they can do it 10 times better because I'm a fuck up. In my opinion, like I fuck shit up all the time. But I'm tenacious as fuck. So
you always find a way to bounce back on it.
Yeah. I'm just hella stubborn. Realistically, I'll take no for an answer, but I'm gonna just do it again until
you get what you want.
Yeah. People hate it, but you know, not people. I won't say people hate it, but you know, when it helps in the long run. I'd say that, yeah.
Because it doesn't matter what's thrown your way or whether it's a setback or something, you're just going to keep getting up and doing it over and over. And I'm sure that's how you've gotten to where you are today, even with all, obviously, like you said early on, air was like the opening door to everything, but you still had to show up and actually do this shit over and over.
Yeah, and I feel like that's where people like get it like misconstrued. Like that was work, you know, like granted it was fun as fuck, but like, you know, like
work couldn't be fun as fuck if you follow what to you was your passion, what anybody's passion is.
Yeah. It was just like I was on time. Like I wasn't like out here wilding, because there are people that go on tour and they're just like fucking like whatever, like let their like whatever's going on in their heads like get out there. But I was just like always respectful. And I remember like Dave from Air just being like coming up to me one day and was like, yo man, like I really appreciate you just like being yourself, but also like what did he say exactly? But it was like along the lines of just like being respectful and always like not overstepping your boundaries, you know. And I'm like, man, like thank you guys for fucking
recognizing that and the opportunity.
That and fucking like just like letting me be here. You know, I'm not trying to fuck shit up, you know, like I want like this is something that I'm super passionate about, and like why wouldn't I put my best foot forward?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I just do
what you need to do?
Yeah, you know, like what you need from me is exactly what you're gonna get from me, you know, like, and then like you might get more, but what you need is what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately, some people, I think, get that opportunity and they just take advantage of it, and then it bites them in the ass.
Yeah.
They don't recognize it. Obviously, you recognize it. Oh, this is an opportunity. I probably should show up and give them more than what they expect so that they appreciate it. But you hear about other stories where people have such great opportunities and they just kind of, you know.
Yeah. I feel like to me, it's worked out great so far. Like, just like I'm always like, I'm very big on not overstepping.
Yeah.
And then if it's meant to be, it'll happen. It'll happen at some point in time. Like with the Cody thing, I wasn't expecting that. But I feel like me being patient and not letting the bullshit cloud my judgment, which is what I've seen this happen to so many people. Just like, you know, I've had like great personal friends that was like, yo, like I'm ride or die for you guys. Just be like, let the fucking bullshit that wasn't bullshit, but it ended up turning into bullshit, just like cloud their fucking vision, cloud their judgment, and like just let that get the best of them.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out. You know? So like, I don't know. Like whenever I say that, I'm just like speaking from personal experience, like just like not like, but that doesn't mean like I don't say that and also like and say I don't say that as a way to deter you from like being steady and like being tenacious and like still do you, still like do what you gotta do, but also just be respectful and like she'll work out if it's meant to be, you know.
You got to give it the proper effort and just let it kind of fall into place. This is when I reverse the role. I allow my guests to ask me any one question. It could be about something we talked about today. There's only 2 rules. 1, it can't be a question that I asked you today.
Okay.
2, it can't directly be about the podcast.
Cool.
So any one question, anything you want to know about me, whatever it might be, fire away.
Yeah. What are some things that you truly dislike about LA?
Truly dislike about LA?
Yeah.
Good question. I think the one that and I'm just going to say it and I'm going to keep it moving because it's so obvious, the traffic.
Okay.
Horrible, but I'm not mad about it. When I'm sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic in the sunshine, everyone complains, LA traffic. Well, listen here, folks. I'm all right. Palm trees, sunny weather. I'm by the beach. I'm okay. So that's one thing. But one thing that you said that really I didn't notice just visiting in LA until I started living here. It's like, damn, is like the genuineness of people. I think back to when I was just living in Boston 6 months ago and how, man, I don't know. I guess I don't want to say it's all because of the entertainment world, but is that what it is? You know, when I would drive around in Boston and just meet people, I felt like it was very genuine and people were just living their life and they were happy, and people are in LA are happy and living their life too. But, I don't know. I meet a lot of people through Uber that I just feel like they're not actually what they say they are.
Yeah.
And, I don't know everything, but I know a little about a lot.
Yeah.
And I can tell when somebody is just completely bullshitting me.
100%.
And I'm like, yo, come on. Like, you don't, in my mind, I'm saying you don't need to do this in person. I'm just like, oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Man, I feel like not to cut you off.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like the pressure of LA. Like people come to LA, they're like
the movies, the sunshine,
it's just like too much to deal with.
Yeah.
And I feel like people don't want to admit that, and they're just like, man, I gotta put on, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. This is how motherfuckers get on.
Yeah.
But like,
they try to follow the paths of other people.
Yeah.
And I think one thing you said earlier too, it's just, the genuineness and also just being real, like being who you are and not trying to, I'm out driving, for instance, I drive Uber at night, right?
Yeah.
And then I show up to the party the next day and I'm walking around. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm the podcaster. I make a full-time living. No, I'm real with people.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'm a podcaster by day, Uber driver by nighttime because I think, once again, the long play of you being real with people and you telling your honest truth, that is what's people are going to remember that person. Like, yo, he was real.
Yeah,
he was real
like,
as fuck about who he is and what he does. And in the long run, I think they respect him more. And if anything, they're going to want to help you more because they're like, this person was straight up with me. They didn't lie to me.
100%. Yeah. I mean, like, if anything, like, I would just say, like, yo, just be real with yourself. Like, like, I feel like that's where, like, everything gets misconstrued. Like, everyone's like, man, like, like, I don't know. Like, Like, I won't say I'm like a weird person.
We all are a little weird, dude. I'm cooked, bro. I'm cooked.
Like, we all have like a certain like things about us.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I've just seen like, there's certain people I'm like, that's not you, bro. Like, and like, that's fine if you want to do that, but like, just
that's not actually you.
As long as you know that's not, and you can say it. Yeah. That's where I feel like that's when you'll start to feel empowered. You'll be like self-empowered. Like, all right, this is who I am. Yep. This is what I choose to do. Then at that point, it's like, all right, I respect that. Like, fuck yeah. Like, but I don't know. I've just run into mad people that's like, like, I'll, like, consistently lie. Yeah. And I'm like, you don't have to
do that.
Like, literally no one being like, yo, you should lie, and that's how you get on. You should just lie about this.
I hate to see it, but at the same time, I can't control the actions of other people, and if that's the way they want to carry themselves, then that's
I mean, we understand them. Yeah.
So we recognize it, and that's why we're here pointing out the good knowledge. Yeah. Whether you're listening or watching, we're trying to remind people, be real with people, be honest. Facts. Because otherwise, that shit gonna bite you in the ass. Yeah. So shout out once again to being real, being honest. Yeah. We're shouting out everything on this episode. Yeah. Closing questions for you. I want you to imagine there's a picture frame on the wall. Okay. In that picture frame, it is 10 years from now. You're in it. What and who else do we see within that picture frame 10 years from now?
Ooh, man. I was going to say, it's definitely going to be me in there. I was going to say, like, overlooking, like, a country, but I don't think I want to do that. I think it would be cool. I think what I would aspire to eventually be is, like a community leader that is on the same ground as like the people, as like whoever I'm helping out. So like it might be like maybe like a bridge of like Brooklyn and LA or something, and it's like all of us just like we're just all just walking there, and we're traveling, we're together, there's limited egos, but we're all helping each other out because we're in this together, So it might be something like that along those lines of like, the cheesy oneness.
Nah, I like it. You got the roots in both Brooklyn now and LA.
Yeah. So it'll probably be something along those lines.
I love it. Got to give back to the community. Got to be that positive person. Be somebody that at least gives something. You don't have to go out and change the world by yourself, but try to do a little something good for the people.
Yeah, man. That's something I really want to do too. Is eventually, like I want, because that's one thing that helped me out with like, because my life could have went like a different fucking way, and what helped me was the fucking like the community and like people in my like corner being like, yo, like don't do this. Like this is like if you do that, like you can do it, but just know what's gonna come as a result of that, you know. I feel like at least growing up in Brooklyn, like the inner city is just like a fucking brutal playground almost.
I would only imagine.
Yeah, and like it sucks to say, but like that's literally like it's like a playground. Like, you know, fucking people push you down and not help you back up. And like, when your face hits the metaphorical plasticky thingy that's on there and you're bleeding, you know, like who's gonna help you up? You know, so I don't know. It's good to lend a helping hand, just so other people won't feel so alone. And just to help people make some better decisions. You know,
I respect that. You're gonna do it. Reef's gonna do it.
Where I better.
You better, right? You better. Where can people find you on social media?
At Reef Boii, ReefBoii. All socials. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Facebook is whack as fuck. They're like, you can't do BOII because it sounds like it has some connotation to it.
Come on.
I'm like, what connotation does boy have? Like, are you fucking serious?
Look at my branding. This is me. Like, this is...
like what? Like what? Like, so I think it's like Reef the something. But if you type in Reef Boii,
YouTube as well, you're on there. Reef, is it Reef Boii?
I have like a bass channel where it's just like me shedding bass. It's Sharif Addo, Sharif SHAREEF ADDO. You can find me on YouTube, or if you type in Reef Boii, you'll see some like little production thingies.
I like it. Before I ask the final question, thank you for taking the time to do this.
I mean, it's a pleasure.
I've seen some of your stuff from afar, and I think we've only met once before, which was at Carter's house. But Dylan speaks very highly of you. He said, he's now quote unquote, he said to me before I did this podcast, he said, I hope you know that this podcast might be with one of the most talented people you've ever podcasted with. And I've done 77. I kid you not. He said it himself. So
yo, thank you, Dylan. That's fucking high
I'm gonna be honest with you. He said that. So
that's awesome. Man.
But
shouts to Dylan, man.
Yeah, shout out to Dylan. But thank you for taking the time and being a representative of somebody that has found a passion, clearly has made it work. Hasn't been easy. You are still on that journey. But you are for sure an example of the type of guest that I try to bring on this podcast to show that it is possible to do what you love, and whatever you got to do to make it work, you got to make it work. But little baby steps is how you've gotten to where you are today. You're 24. You're young still. So thank you for being part of this with me.
It's a pleasure.
Last question for you. Somebody that's listening doesn't have a passion, doesn't know what their purpose is. What's the best 2 to 3 pieces of advice you would give to them?
I would say you're not alone, and it's all right to not know. Oddly enough, I do this thing on Twitter like once in a while. It's called like #Dr. Reef, and I don't know why I started that, but
I love it.
Yeah, like some of the like Cody fans will like hit me up like that same exact question, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to college soon, etc. I'm like, it's all right to not know. Try different things. You know, like that's how I got to music. It was just like trying it. You know, granted, I didn't even like it at first. You know, so I don't know. Keep that in mind. Like you might not like something at one point in time. And then it might come back to you, or you might try something and you might fucking love it from the get-go, you know? But I would just say, like, just keep trying different things. Like, there's no fucking rush. Like people, they're like, you know, like, I feel like we know the best, you know, out here in LA is fucking, yo, like, you know, we come here, we're like, yo, we gotta fucking grind. We gotta get it yesterday. You know, we're supposed to have this shit 6 years ago, you know, like, but like, realistically, like these people that are out here like doing the crazy shit, they're the luckiest of the lucky, you know, like us regular folks, like it's all right for us to not know because nobody fucking knows. Nobody knows. You go to these higher ups, they don't fucking have a clue. No. When you go to fucking these label reps or whatever, like, you know,
they don't know what's going on.
They for damn sure they know the least out of everybody, like what's going on, you know. So I don't know, I feel like it's all right to not know, just try different things, and just be tenacious with the trying. Like with time, the shit will come. and you might not feel like you don't have the time. And I'm sure in some cases like that's very true. But if you don't have the time, do something else until you feel comfortable enough to where you're like, all right, I'm gonna revisit the path of trying to find the passion, you know?
Yeah.
But
I love it.
yeah.
Reef Boii.
What do I know?
Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Hey man, it's a pleasure.
Dropping the gems for the folks. The illest baseline player that I've ever had and probably will ever get on the podcast.
Hell yeah, fuck yeah.
Awesome, man. We'll catch you guys next time. See ya.